I don't think it's Chelsea. And yeah, there's good news in a very, very long time. In a very, very long time. And yes, Chelsea, and yeah, this much good news. But I lose as good news ever. From the camp of Chelsea, Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Won't subscribe to the channel now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notification or in the notification turn and make sure say you do choose all and then you share the link. I am very, very imperative. Turn on notification, choose all, and then do share the link as on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. There's a lot to unpack for you as on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. First of all, the good news at Chelsea, and of course at Real Madrid, there's big breaking news. And Chelsea new boy, our friend Estevao Willian, has spoken and has said a lot of stuff about Chelsea and how he wants to go on and come on and play with the club and then do some marvelous things at our club anymore. And I think that he speaks so well as a young player. Now let's start with this. Yeah. Reece James's injury has been a big blow. And then we probably break him out as on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube say watch how Reece has struggled in recent times to stay fit, and how the team has constantly needed Reece's performances in games. Sometimes when you captain the field of play. Now Chelsea in recent times have said Chelsea should cut their losses on Abrante and Reece James and let him go, because they don't think he is good enough, and I say they don't think he will stay fit enough for the club. And Mekanasi said, if you look at Reece James's injury, ain't sure that injury gidi BS or how long. Now see, Reece James is from a Caribbean family. Nina, of course, any boyfriend Lauren James. Now, papa a coach. When it comes to the physical aspect of the game, if you watch that documentary of Lauren James and Reece James, they are very clear on how they spent a lot of time on physicality on the game. And a lot of people think that is something that has taken a toll on the boys' fitness. Now, let me tell you something. The first injury Reece James had was a hamstring injury. And a Reece James enyai. First injury enyai. Na a hamstring injury and a Reece James enyai. Now, Unya has a hamstring injury because he was young, and that time na Caesar spelled quite a failure and Chelsea wanted to consistently use him. They just wrapped around his thigh, his hamstring, with a first aid referred as a plaster. They use it a lot for the footballers. Say you more some muscle pull, muscle strength, or anything about the muscle. They use it a lot. And the moment resumes to also able games for Chelsea Football Club. Now, since then, the injury have always surfaced and resurfaced. But in all of that, because in any muscle tear, just muscle injury, hamstring, pulley, every time they allowed it to heal naturally, almost every time they allowed his injury to heal naturally. And because of Sani Manimantino, are affecting now. So Okuna Soko check it, number of games resumes MSC from that time now, because he wanted it to heal naturally. Or but no exerting a lot of pressure, no a lot of physical work, not on stretching enough, not anybody near a little bit still say what she resumes or was such a stout body. So almost every time it was putting a lot of pressure on his body, and it was affecting him. And consistently he kept on going and coming, and an injury by a crank. Until say new medical team way by. Yes or no? They need to manage the load of Abrante and Reece James. They need to two make sure they do the surgery once and for all, and it is a graft surgery. And a graft surgery, what happens is that they use an artificial material to hold it together, and this one very difficult for you to tear again. But only say in these things now, say play an if research anymore, but psychologically it's going to affect him. He is going to believe, maybe I made prayer into the, let me be a little bit careful. And when I dream, then he keeps on getting injured. And that's the story of Abrantia, your friend Reece James, and in the injury in sense, it has affected him for a very long time. And that's where he has gotten to where he has gotten to. Now, the good news that everybody said today, after that injury, Mekacho said he was doing a lot of ball work. He was out on the field, but he wasn't doing group training. No training alone. They were doing a lot of physio work for him. Almost a lot of stretches for him. Now, almost a specific job for him and put him on a routine just so that the injury doesn't become recurring again. And then Chelsea's plan is to manage Reece James's injury so well. So well. They will make sure say obey heal thoroughly. Now, and then, like yesterday, we break him out. Reece James, Ebinya Adia, ever joining the group training for the very first time in a long time. Obe joining group training, obe training with the whole group first, not all single training, no one training, but this times Reece James ever group training with the team. That's a lot of them training, it was in the 2021-2022 season, and I brought friend Reece James in the first injury. First of all, a knee injury, and the issues of the knee injury extended here. Some hamstring injury in the 2022-2023 season. Knee injury out for just 2 months. And again, the setback from Chelsea, Mbappe's hamstring injury. FAC hamstring in the 2022-2023 season, and he was missing several important matches. That time, that injury Mbappe consistent. And after the knee injury, area care in the 2022-2023 season, because again, 1 year surgery. He was just hoping that everything will heal on its own. It was just a minor issue. And after the a hamstring pull, it was the time in the 2023-2024 season. It was in the preseason, and Mbappe see and I started that season throughout the season after the bound to the end of the season, and some Reece James resume the injuries, up till now. But Reece James returning to full training I was giving him, and he's going to play possibly. And Chelsea echo away to Anfield, an important game at Chelsea. Echo away to Liverpool at Anfield. Is it going to be a game at Chelsea? Against Anfield, they need almost everybody fit and ready to play in that game. Is it a game that Chelsea can't go away and get the job done? And I say it's not a game it can really work out for Chelsea. I can't say it's going to be a game of Romeo Lavia and Moise Caicedo, possibly in the middle of the pack. Of course, there's going to be a branch of Renato Viega also in the middle of the, also at left back, and will come inverted in certain levels. Say Reece James, but how many minutes and Enzo Maresca was giving him, and how important is he going to be for Chelsea in terms of the psyche when he's on the team? And it's an because it says an important game. Let no one lie to you. An important game at Chelsea. Ekwakobo away at Anfield. It is really going to tell baby at Chelsea what as a club in the few opening games they about this season. Almost everybody Ajatun say Chelsea is performing better. They are playing well. They are getting some good results. And a lot of the people on inside of Cobham Crampwell Castle as a Chelsea exceeded their expectations and more. But how is it going to be as it goes on? Are they in a big game against Liverpool? Are Chelsea really going to be up to it? And I said it's not going to be enough for them. For Chelsea, it was a match away at Tima, your friend Liverpool at Anfield. It's not going to be an easy one in the English Premier League once it returns. Nyame Adoma next week is an important one for them, and they have a lot of conversation. Of course, Chelsea boys are out on international break, and there have been a lot of conversation. Wesley Fofana was asked about Abrantia, your friend, kill and loot on Mbappe. And say everyone does what they want with their free time. He's a great boy and a great professional. I think that from time to time you go to get a little bit too far, ask Mbappe for more information, asking him about what he did. Of course, Chelsea boy, our friend Estevao Willian is going to now be with the team in December. Estevao Willian will travel from Brasilia to go and join team my friend at Chelsea and then start working with them to see the training facility. They are spoken to Radio RMC, and in all of that conversation, said a lot of things about Enzo Maresca, all kind of awesome our pre-match press conference, and the fact that he shocked Enzo Maresca. One of the things he spoke about, Nepapa Ivor Gonzalez, speaking about the boyfriend Enzo Maresca. Estevao, father, I recently received a message from someone delivering bad news about Chelsea, and I replied saying that we are not guided only by what we see, but by what we believe. We believe in this direction that does not depend on the circumstances to be here alone. About Estevao Willian, he spoke about other Chelsea big star boy in South America, friend Kendrick Pye. I think we can play together. even though he plays more centrally today, I can play more on the wing. I definitely think we can play together, and it will be good and healthy rivalry on Estevao Willian and Odi Abranti, a friend of Kendrick Paye and home come on. He has said he wants to join Chelsea, and in December he's going to join the team during the winter and train with them, see the facility, grow with them. And Kendrick Paye already has been there with Abranti friend Moise Caicedo, seen the facility several times. He has some issues kakra or South America with some disciplinary issues, but it's not so bad. I met him in Ecuador, and we had already made arrangements. We talked a lot there. We talked about English. Adaptation will be difficult, but I think we have everything to make it work, and it will be a great experience. He came over and asked me how I was feeling. He also said that it was really hard and boring to study English, but he was really learning it too. He said he wanted to go there soon. He wanted to have the European experience, and I said I'll be there soon as well. In terms of Chelsea's new boyfriend, Kendrick Paye, or Casabra, Abranti, friend of Cole Palmer, of course. Today, too, Cole Palmer is the face of Chelsea, so almost every Chelsea person will speak about Cole Palmer and Estevao Willian. Say nowadays we have Palmer, who is an exceptional, spectacular guy. In the past, I followed the Brazilian Willian a lot, who played there in Hazard too, who has the same characteristics, and Thiago Silva. I think there are great references in world football who have passed through Chelsea. Hazard is everything he did for his dribbling and his objectivity about Abranti Kendrick Paye. Also, it was a surprise that Enzo Maresca spoke about me in his pre-match press conferences and my performance in Brazil. Abranti Kendrick Paye, in that interview, he said a lot of things about the team, and then of course at Chelsea, what's important in there, speaking about the club and how he wants to come and play for team, how he thinks it's an important team in Europe. Into Chelsea are preparing their boy, our friend Estevao Willian, an important player in there. Arsenal and are getting some injury conversations, but I'll come back to you. I'll come back to that conversation, into calm down, I'll dig into it, and I'll speak to you about it. Chelsea, Enya, on the table in terms of the XG table, not the don't come on. Chelsea air top the open play XG team are creating the most chances from open play. Chelsea and the lead open play. Say they started one if you three, they created chances. Yeah, build up transitions. And Chelsea created the most chances of any team in the English Premier League. The problem, however, and they say in terms of XGs from corner kicks, any set pieces, any Chelsea at the last in terms of XGs from set pieces, from corner kicks. I just said Chelsea are not utilizing corner kicks any other day, and I keep on asking this question. Say coach, their friend of Bernardo Cueva. Now it looks like he has not really set in, he's not doing the job well. But one other thing very important that you should get is that in terms of set pieces, the first thing is about natural height. And anytime there isn't Renato Viega, there isn't Tosin Adrabio, Chelsea natural height, our form kakra, and it obviously is going to affect the club. So definitely that's something that we are looking at. And somebody said in there, because we defend set piece better now and don't really utilize it against our opponents by scoring our own. In terms of the defending, it is good, but the quality of chances that Chelsea are creating from set pieces has not been good enough into Chelsea. Good news, but right after the international break, there is the big one, big one, and of course, so in Spain, it is the El Gran Clasico. Back up now. Look and listen to these statistics. They're very important for you. First of all, Real Madrid are currently 2 games away from breaking the La Liga all-time unbeaten record. So Nima, Real Madrid as it stands now, only just 2 games away at 41 games now. Real Madrid are now 41 games unbeaten. In La Liga, a 43 games in a unbeaten record. No, it is held by Barca. For sure, 41 unbeaten record. No, a Real Madrid current stance is say Obian show me 41 games in La Liga. Barca echo 43 games and almost unbeaten in the La Liga and the current record, and then just 2 games. Now the big thing, and they say right after the international break, the second game of Barca Madrid the 43rd game, they will play the 41st, rather it's 41, they play the 42nd, and the 43rd game, a game against FC Barcelona, our Spanish La Liga anymore. And it is Hansi Flick and then Imrantia Yekase. They are on top form and air ball on Mind you, Barca and Madrid also are getting most of their players back from injury. Rudiger, Militao going to return right after the international break. There's Chimeni, there's Camavinga, there is Jude Bellingham. Kylian Mbappe decided not to go away with France just so bit may stay fit. Why fit for Real Madrid? Onim said this year, Ballon d'Or, Kylian Mbappe is not going to win the Ballon d'Or this year, but he is opting and then focusing on for the Ballon d'Or in 2025. 2025 Ballon d'Or. No, it looks as if Kylian Mbappe new super and it's from RMZ and a lot of the outlets in France. Mbappe is planning not to be playing every game. Most of the games for the French national team, he's not going to play. Or be focusing and give a lot of his time to Real Madrid and make sure so better winning the Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or in 2025. And a big thing for him, Mbappe Mamel Faisal Amari. One of the things that she has always wanted, and he said, her son is going to win the Ballon d'Or. And say, if you understand the grand scheme of things with Mbappe and then the Mame and how they are running a lot of things, entourage, the movement from Paris Saint-Germain to go to Real Madrid is essentially about winning the Ballon d'Or. The plan to go there, why they want to go there is about winning the Ballon d'Or. Say Ballon d'Or, almost percent Mbappe winning. And then if they have to cut down certain things, say national team duty or travel around the world, akobo some unnecessary matches in the Super League, these are matches now, he will rather cut it off and stay mostly with Real Madrid and then play most of the games. Senegal beats maybe the Ballon d'Or next year. They believe strongly, say although he's in a team with Vinicius Jr. Any Jude Bellingham, or standing a good chance if he keeps up the good performances, and he's going to win in the Champions League. So we are waiting to see. And then Mbappe won't stay fit right after international break. It is a big one in there. And then you are going to look at the perfect one for Bentia, your friend Kylian Mbappe. He doesn't want to waste too much time. I'm gonna say a deja vu for him. If you do the translation in, does Mbappe had already wanted during the meeting that he did not wish to take part in the international break with the Blues. The attacker spoke about it openly and the Blues were aware of it. Mbappe has made 2025 BO his priority. The Ballon d'Or, opening 2025. I've seen a lot of people say it's the Ballon d'Or, of course. The Ballon d'Or, he has said he wants it in 2025, and Kylian Mbappe is working hard towards getting the Ballon d'Or in 2025 for himself and in the family because it's important for him. France and himself, Mbappe wants to win the Ballon d'Or and he's doing everything possible to make sure he goes in there and then win the Ballon d'Or, stay fit and play a lot of games for Tima, your friend Real Madrid. Arsenal this season, Obias Arsenal, Beji, English Premier League this season, everybody is beginning to accept Arsenal, Beji English Premier League, of course, because of the injury of our branch friend Rodri Cascante. But on Arsenal side as well, Nieman Sheran Koyisao. Nieman Sheran Fasa. Because Arsenal injury record, it keeps on getting taller. The injury list keeps on getting taller, keeps on getting longer, keeps on increasing. Names no ban so the latest corporate for Arsenal in terms of injury. Air branch friend Bukayo Saka in the game England any Georgia for the boy, right? How many Greece for the boy, By the time I give, the second half no campo, now branch friend Bukayo Saka Epra. And people said, okay, it may be precautionary. Arsenal for him, Mama, Thomas Stay Party, and Bamba Ghana. They need him. They are holding him on with a contract extension. Players with Bukayo Saka are very, very important to Omobono, Arsenal Hall, and he asked to a tallest. There is Takehiro Tomiyasu Awepra on when your knee injury. Martin Odegaard, the last international break on your ankle sprain on returning. Alexander Zinchenko in your calf injury. Benjamin White in your knee injury. Kai Havertz in your knee issues. But I don't think that's a huge one. And the diamond shaft of Germany, and it's a big one for Tima. Your friend Arsenal, they want to make sure that all of their players are ready to play in the English Premier League once international break will be breaking Yamiadama next week, and they want to win it. They really want to win it. They are doing everything possible to make sure that they win it in there, and it's going to be a tough one for Arsenal. And then the Martin, of course, in Kalateta, and then the Martin, we wait to see how all of that goes in, how all of that pans out in there in terms of players, no, Arsenal will be on more returning a few whatever the games so after the international break, no, we will have a good conversation about it. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube will drop the curtains here, and then of course send it and also subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. Where your Madrid Nina Babasha, let them know that there's a lot of Madrid content in your Barca ni Babasha. Let them know that there's a lot of Barca content also in here. Send it you are going to enjoy everything that I see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, no, and turn on notification. Share link, no, to all the groups that you are in. We'll have a conversation.